Hello, I'm Hannah, and this is Thomas, and we know and love Jesus. And to everyone at church and the leaders as well who know and love Jesus, we're speaking to you today with the grace and peace that comes from God, our Father in heaven. So, those were the first two verses of Philippians. And except I'm not Paul, this isn't Timothy, this is Thomas. He was named before I met my husband, Tom, but yes, so. That was the way Paul opened his letter to the Philippian church, with really warm greetings. And we're going to be starting our short thoughts today in Philippians. And the purpose of Philippians was Paul was writing from prison, and he was writing to the church in Philippi to really thank them for the support and the gifts that they had sent him, but also to send encouragement to the church, to remind them to be joyful and to rejoice in everything that Jesus had done. So this is just a really, really great book that we're going to be going through over the next few weeks. It's apparently, well, I read online that some call it the happiest book in the Bible, but I guess that depends on your definition. But it certainly is a very uplifting and encouraging book. And Paul really sets the tone with that in the second verse, where he says he comes to the church with grace and peace. And who doesn't want more grace and peace in their life? And I think that's what we're going to be getting over the next few weeks with these short thoughts. As a community group, we've been actually going through Philippians, and I think that's been a really God-given decision to Naomi and Tom that they decided to go through this book, because it's just been so good. Tom and I have really, really enjoyed our Thursday evenings talking together about the verses and just being encouraged. I think at the moment it's quite easy to feel a bit down and sometimes a bit sorry for ourselves for the situation we're in, but going through these verses has just been great. And so I'm really excited about this next series of talks. So I just really encourage you to keep tuning in and keep listening, because I think this is really what we need at the moment. And yeah, I think it's going to be great. So just as a final thought, let's also take Paul's example here. He was writing to the church in Philippi to encourage them. Now, I've just started a new job working for a Christian charity called Safe Families, and all of the communication is online, whether it's through video call or there are lots of chat messages going on, lots of group chats, and there is just so much encouragement. The culture of the company is so far really, really great, because it's just filled with people who want to encourage one another. When people do a presentation to a group, people are sending little messages encouraging them along the way. And then they're writing messages on the group chat saying, that was a great presentation, God's really using you. And this is really new to me. It's quite different to my old job, but I'm just loving it. And I've really noticed a difference in my daily walk with God, just being surrounded by such edification from other people, or seeing others encourage other people. It really lifts my spirit, and it's just been great. So that's really what Paul was doing in Philippians. He was doing intentional encouragement, and that's what I'd really, the word encouragement a lot. That's what I'd really encourage you to do, to be intentionally thinking about encouraging others. Now, sometimes it can feel a bit cheesy out of the blue, messaging someone something positive, but I think that's because it's quite different to what the world does. But just try it. Listen to God and send somebody an encouraging message, or give them a phone call, because it's just great, really. So on that note, I'm going to pray. Oh, Father, I just thank you for your word, and that it lifts us and it lifts our spirit. And I thank you for this next series. I pray that you would anoint the speakers, that they would really speak to us as a church. and that we would just be encouraged and just know the joy that comes from knowing you. And Lord, I pray that you would be speaking to us to encourage one another, that we would be united as a church through our love and encouragement to one another. Amen.